Welcome to episode 64 of Lost in Immersion, your weekly 45-minute stream about innovation. As VR and AR veterans, we will discuss the latest news of the immersive industry. Let's go, guys. Hello. So, what's your
Hello.
topic for today, Fabien?
Okay, so today I want to talk about Claude, the model AI model from Anthropic, and the latest version, so 3.5 Sonnet. I'm not sure how we say it, but Sonnet. Anyway, um, so what you can see here right now is actually something that I generated using Claude. So the one of the major upgrade is um, that they have this feature called artifacts. So similar to ChatGPT, you can actually generate code, but you can also like execute the code and have a preview of that code in real time and ask changes, and it will update the code and execute it again. So actually, what I tried is to do a summary of the new Claude feature using Claude. So the first thing that I did is I just, sent the URL of the news website. But as you can see, uh, Claude cannot access directly content from the web. So what I did instead, is I just printed the web page into a PDF and ask Claude to generate some slides, HTML slides, using the PDF. And in just a couple of seconds, generated 5 slides of summary of the PDF. And so I uploaded our logo and I asked, can you use the color palette from the logo as the style for the slides? And it did work pretty well. So there was, as you can see here, I didn't see any changes. So I had to dig it a bit, asking more. And I asked also to put the title at the top. And here we have, something that is working, generated completely using Claude. So you see it's faster than Claude 3, um, advanced coding, better humor. We have to test that. This will be fun. Um, better vision capabilities. So I think you can see from the analysis of the logo, the colors are pretty well taken from that image. So I think it's pretty cool. I saw also, some demo like graphic analysis. Like if you have a graph, Claude seems to be really, really good at testing that. Um, so yeah, all of this is actually pretty impressive. And just to give you a sense of how fast it is, um, I have here the a JSON file that contains the titles of all our podcasts episode. I can just, ask him to create a simple website using that JSON. Um, I ask him to use only the latest 10 episode. And you see, let's see what gives us. So he's replying, generating some HTML code. And in just a few seconds, we will have a preview. Okay, so here you go. You have the link to watch on YouTube, the links that I put in the JSON, so pretty cool. And similar to what I did previously, I will upload the logo and I ask to use a color palette. Let's see what it does. So I find it pretty oh
He's asking if he's using the same color palette as before.
so one thing that I've noted when comparing ChatGPT with Claude is that the answers and the wording style that Claude is using looks much more natural than ChatGPT. You know, ChatGPT uses a lot of like convoluted words and very complex phrase, sentence, stuff like that. Claude is much more like direct and feels more like a natural conversation. Oh, well, didn't work as expected. um,
This is a demo effect.
yeah, let's see if we can correct that. So anyway, we don't need to spend too much time on this demo, but um, I really like that new feature. I think it's really something that is sets Claude apart from ChatGPT and the other. Um, of course, here the demo is pretty simple, but you can go pretty far into, as I mentioned before, like analysis of graph content for data analysis. You know, it can go pretty far, image analysis and stuff like that to help um, uh, and to like understand data in much easier way. So yeah. Oh, here we go. We have. I don't really like the colors, but anyway, we have a very simple website in like 2 minutes. So yeah, what do you think, Seb?
Yeah, pretty impressive. I wonder if you looked at the code and if it's the way you will code it in terms of structure and how it's coded. Is it the way you will do that, or you will not do it this way at all?
So here it's pretty simple. It's just a plain HTML file. What I will ask, and maybe we can ask it, is to load the JSON from instead of using like static data to load the JSON. But the as far as I understand, the artifact cannot access the internet, which is I think a good thing for security. So it won't work here. But if I copy paste the code, it will work on the website. So um, apart from that, you know, here the ask is pretty simple. So yeah.
In terms of recognition of picture, if you draw something on a paper and put it as the template that you want for the structure of the website, is it something that is capable of doing? You were saying that it was capable of analyzing some graph, but is it capable also of recognizing shapes and structure to generate a web page that will look similar to your drawing?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't test it, but from what I saw in the examples and other people testing it, yeah, should be able to do it.
Nice.
Okay, Guillaume.
Yeah, I have two things. The first one you didn't mention is that it's able to generate 3ds file. I saw someone trying to create a Doom-like 3D game through Claude, and it worked. It was just square and color square color boxes, but the the player was able to move around at something like, yeah, it was just a box, but it was like the weapon. It can shoot around, and it has enemies as well. Oh, you have the example, I guess. But it's very interesting to see it can generate 3D inside this artifact context, and even if it's still very rough or very simple, it gives you the starting point for possibly immersive interaction if you want to go that way. So I guess this is the only one AI engine that can do this. I can't recall ChatGPT being able to generate 3GS and being able to display it. So very interesting to see, and especially what it will do for us in the future. As we already mentioned, the web VR, web AR, web XR are something that should be very interesting in the future. So if AI is able to generate this kind of content, of course, we get it, and it will be very interesting to follow. And as every single new field of application of AI is still at the very early stage. So we can hope that in a few weeks or months it will be something that is, well, us breaking. Can, but yeah, very interesting to see that. And the third thing I would like to discuss with you is that um, I don't know if you followed the roadmap of Claude, because they released like three different AI just a few weeks back, and they have this progression curve of their AI. And this one, the 3.5 sonnet or sonnet, as you mentioned, we don't know really how to say it, but it's like if they trained an AI, and at some point they just discovered that it was better than the other one. So if you get the curve of the Claude roadmap, you can see that the 3.5 is just way higher than it should have been in the progression of the AI. So at this point, I'm just asking myself if there is a part of luck in their data training, and if it was just a surprise that it was that good at this point. So I don't know if, what you are thinking about this, guys.
Yeah, I thank you for mentioning that because I saw it, and indeed, it's very interesting, and actually, it's a bit scary. Like you know, up to now, I don't think we meaning like the industry and the researchers and the people at these AI labs, they don't really know what happens into their models. So so yeah, it's a bit scary to see that something like kind of emerge much more higher than they expected. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the same issue like with Stable Diffusion 3. I don't know if you saw that, but the latest model, it has been banned from CVTI just because the results are not good, and it can be dangerous at some point for copyrights and user protection. So they prefer to ban the entire AI model from their platform. So we yeah at some point we are just asking ourselves if they are not just playing mad scientists at this point, doing stuff and not mastering them or knowing what it will do at the end.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of worries around. I mean, maybe you already know this, like a lot of worries uh, about AI going rogue, or from people who say, like Yann Lequin at Meta, that says that AI will be we will be able to control AI, to other people like Sam Altman, by the way, that says maybe to make the value of his product higher. We don't know, that AI will be very, very powerful. Yeah, it's a weird industry.
And if you add on top of that all the environment issue that it's causing because of the power consumption that it's take in the world, yeah, that's a weird time to live around that.
Yeah. So as we were talking, you see, I've asked to add a ground and put some physics on it, and to bind the space key to make it jump. So and then it works. Well, it's gone. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, in short, Claude is very, very promising with this kind of feature. So we'll surely follow the developments on it.
Seb, your turn.
Nice. Yes. So today I wanted to talk about Inside that released a device that you can include inside your Quest 2 or your Quest 3 to do eye tracking. So it's plugged as a USB-C, but you have a pass-through USB-C, so you can still recharge your device at the same time. And it's a photo sensor that uses infrared light to look at your eyes and see where they are positioned in space. And it allows them to do some foveated rendering. They apparently are not as precise as at what the other headset are providing, so you won't be able to be precise in looking at a button and launching it by looking with your eyes. But the latency is 1 milliseconds, so it's the best latency that is out there right now. And for foveated rendering, you don't need to be as accurate as pointing to a button. So for foveated rendering, that seems really amazing. And on top of that, it consumes 5 times less power than the traditional eye sensor. And it costs $160. So kind of a good price, I think, for this kind of improved capability for the headset. Although all the games will need to be developed, and specifically with the SDK from Inside Eye to add this functionality to the game or to the experience you want to develop. And here there is a picture showing how it works. Basically, the sensors that are around the eyes are tracking the kind of the white area to see where your eyes is not. So that's why I guess it's not as precise as a camera looking at directly at your eyes. All right. Don't know if you have any thought about that, Guillaume.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that the LED ring around your eyes is not complete. It's just the bottom half ish, and compared to what we are used to with the maybe higher hand eye tracking, it's very interesting to see that it's just like 10 LED per eye,
Mm.
and yeah, it seems a very simple, very efficient way of doing eye tracking, but I guess if the precision is not that good, the main usage is a forward rendering, because we you can't do much than that. Um, this is why it is cheap as well, I guess. So is it worth the price to get for this? Just the rendering optimization? I don't know. They are showcasing their product with the Quest 2. Do you think it is compatible to Quest 3 as well?
It is, yeah, it
Okay.
is. This is an old video. They did not release one for the Quest 3 yet. They just announced the product, but they don't have a marketing video yet.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's planned for the Quest 3 and Quest 2.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll see if people are really eager to have this
Hmm.
eye tracking or not. Because when they released the Quest 3, everyone was like screaming because the eye tracking was not there anymore. So maybe this solution can bring everyone back to this technology. We'll see.
Hmm. It will depend on the SDK also, how easy it
Yeah.
is to implement it. And I was wondering if it's gonna improve the pass-through experiences, also the MR experiences. Is it possible to have only where you are looking with the high resolution of your augmented reality object?
Yeah,
That,
to get
that
these results, they should have a partnership with Meta. I don't know if they have one as well already or not, because it should be integrated directly in the firmware for maximum compatibility.
hmm,
Cool. Yeah, I don't have much to add. One thing is, do you know how, like, is it going through the head face mount, or like, is it plugged to the USB?
it's
Just like
plugged to
curious to
the
like
USB,
practically
yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, there's a cable going on the side and going to the USB-C port that is on the side of the Quest,
Okay.
like this.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how
Cool. Yeah, I was
comfortable
just
it
wondering.
is. Maybe
Yeah.
it will be just next to your eyes here and pinch a bit the foam.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah,
Okay.
interesting to see the 5 time power consumption seems to be an interesting
Mm.
way of doing it. And if it could be embedded in next generation of headset, maybe that will lower the cost and still have even a better frame rate will help, because I think the most issue I had with testing that in the Quest Pro, for example, was the latency. When I was looking at something, there was a bit of latency, and that's really not comfortable. So if they manage really to have a 1 millisecond delay, maybe that can improve a lot the experience. And so the other news is this headset announced by YXR, the Play for Dream MR, which is a new Chinese headset based to be a concurrent to the Vision Pro. It contained the Snapdragon XR2 Plus Gen 2, so the new generation of Qualcomm chipset. It's supposed to be released in October. It will cost around $2K. It will not be available in Europe. They announced 4K per eye, so total 8K resolution. They seem to have 7 sensor and 22 LED lights for the space tracking. And from the first test that I've seen, the guy that is testing it right now, he says that the pass-through quality is much more higher than the Vision Pro, from his opinion. So yeah, quite an impressive announcement. Right now, he was saying that he did not have any hand tracking, and he had to use controllers that were not the final one, so they're still doing some work on that, and the controller will be sold separately. So quite a nice announcement. The weight seemed to be the same as the Vision Pro. However, they balanced it with having the battery on the back. So the guy is saying that it's way more comfortable than the Vision Pro and having everything on the front. And he seems like enjoying a lot the way the strap is made. So yeah, Guillaume, if you have any
Yeah,
comments.
it is maybe the Apple Vision Pro we all dreamed of, but we have to be careful with the numbers and reviews and stuff like that. But yeah, I saw this uh, but at some point I thought I just saw the rendering of the headset and I thought it was a some kind of a scam or a fake Apple Vision Pro copy or. But yeah, it seems to be something real,
Mm.
and yeah, I'm very curious to know how it will work because the great strength of the Apple Vision Pro was the ecosystem. We already talked about this and the spatial computing. I'm curious to know what kind of platform they are. This headset is built on.
Android.
Uh, Android. Okay.
Yes. And it
Uh,
seems, yeah, they have some sharing screen here. They're showcasing usage with a computer using Windows. So
okay. So yeah, we'll see what kind of integration it is, and if the price can go a bit lower, like 1,500, it would be great. I guess the 200 to 2,000 mark is still, yeah, quite expensive. So we'll
mm,
see how it goes. Fabien.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Uh, we'll see if it's actually released and how good it is when it's released. And I'm really curious. He says like the path through is better than the Vision Pro,
mm,
and I mean that's a very high bar to pass. So well, from the footage of the headset, it seems like it's actually pretty good, but um, be really interesting to see if they can actually surpass the Vision Pro. Um, maybe by um, removing the blur. Sorry, on the Vision Pro, when you move your head, especially in mid to low light, the video is very blurry. So maybe that's something that one way to improve it. So we'll see.
I guess the other obvious things to improve the pass through is that apparently the camera are well um, better placed on the
Hmm.
headset because you don't have the screen for the eyes. So maybe they just adjust the camera
mm.
like directly in front of your eyes, and obviously it will improve the distortion and stuff like that. So
Mm,
one easy quick fix. uh, so yeah.
yeah. And so Seb, you mentioned it. The way that it fits on the head, I think is really natural to put.
Mm.
So I really like this as well. Um, and the fact that it's Android, so hopefully more open. Uh, Sorry, hopefully it's like very. They don't have a lot of add-on on top of Android, so it will be more open, accessible for us. So yeah, cool.
Right. So that's it for me.
Okay. So last news for this episode is is the announcement that Meta did AR uh, so small I closest friend. Maybe price to get what it is. What are your expectations about this, Fabien?
Um, a lot actually. Since we started the podcast, I think we are talking a lot about AR glasses and how I think you mentioned that Guillaume, assisted reality. Especially since I've tried the Ray-Ban one, which I was surprised by how easy they are to use. So of course, obviously, this one will be heavier, um, and maybe like a smaller. One thing that is, I think, will be, I think, critical into um, the adoption is how wide the field of view will be. Like if you have like a very small, um, like remember how we said like the Apple Vision Pro strategy was when you put it, it's wow. You like they put everything on having the best quality possible. Maybe Meta is also, as you said, like having the same strategy on when you put them is like wow. Um, let's be hopeful.
It's what they should do if they want
Yeah.
to get their hands back in the market and be the leader again. So we'll see.
But it's a see-through project, right?
Yeah.
So they will compete with
The
HoloLens
project
2
Nazari
and
was one. So we have to wait, but I don't think they will be going the video see-through pass-through way. So maybe this is a great question. Is this a see-through or a pass-through? We'll see.
Hmm. Yeah, that would be the
But
main
normally
question,
it should be a
because
see-through.
there is not a lot of option out there right now. The HoloLens 2 seems that it will be discontinued this year. The Magic Leap 2 will be the only one left to do this kind of experiences, and it's still a big headset, and you don't have a wide field of view with it. So having another option, if it's smaller, better implemented, and with faster GPU and CPU capability, that could be great.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's very curious to see if they are going the see-through way, because it's clearly not the best way to go right now.
Mm.
As you mentioned, because there, to our knowledge, I guess, there isn't a new technology in the market that could be solving the field of view and the color matching and all this. We know that the tracking is better, the global recognition or understanding of the surrounding is better as well. But yeah, on the display side, I can't see how they could do this wow effect when you're putting the glasses, especially if people tried the Apple Vision Pro and are now able to understand what the pass through is doing.
Mm.
So yeah, maybe they have something very secret, very innovative. Yeah, we can still dream, but yeah, we'll see if they are going the pass through way.
Mm.
But it's completely. Uh, it's not respecting the vision of creating a simple pair of glasses like the Ray-Ban one.
Mm.
Because if you are going on the video pass through way, you have the complete view blocked. So yeah, very interesting to see how they are managing to merge all these messages and visions as well
Mm.
into something that should be that hopefully is a great success. But yeah, lots of tricks and traps to get there. And
Mm.
it's like tomorrow. It's on the fall. It would be it's just a few months ahead. So they have to be very confident about that project.
Mm. And they seem to also work on the Quest Pro 2. There is some news around there that they may release it soon also, and maybe
Yeah.
use the. I don't remember the name of the project, Fabian, that you tested. You know, the one with the varifocal, mechanical varifocal
Butterscotch, if I remember
butterscotch.
correctly. Yeah.
So there is some news about maybe adding that inside the Quest Pro 2 also. So we'll see what they announce. Indeed, but they are going in all direction, definitely.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Fabien.
Yeah. Since we are talking about Meta, so I don't have it yet, but the V67 update, if I'm correct on the number, seems to add the ability to put, Windows, like to do special computing actually, in the Quest. So I don't know. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll have the updates next week or in the following weeks. Otherwise, we can just do like a review of what's on internet. But yeah, pretty curious about that as well.
You just have to ask Claude what he's thinking about this. Okay, guys, so I guess this is it for today. And see you guys next week for another episode of Lost in Immersion.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Bye. Have a good week.